Hey guys, hope you've had a good week. We're part of the Closing the Gap series, and I want you to think about closing the gap in terms of what you can you put in the gap when you're facing a problem or a trial. What can go in to close the gap to make things better? And this week we're going to consider how faith can make the difference in closing the gap. I want to share a Bible story with you. It's found in Matthew chapter 8. I'm going to start reading from verse 23. On this we're going to reflect on how Jesus faces a fearful situation and how his disciples face a fearful situation and how we can learn from them. It goes like this, Matthew 8 verse 23. Then he got in the boat and said to his disciples, and his disciples followed him. Suddenly a furious storm came up on the lake, so the waves swept over the boat, but Jesus was asleep. The disciples went and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us, we're going to drown." He replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and rebuked the wind and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." I just want to pick out that phrase where Jesus says to them, "You of little faith, why do you worry so much?" Maybe you're facing a situation, maybe we're all facing it if we're honest at this time and thinking, this is a stressful situation, this is a difficult situation, and actually fear is all around us. They say fear is as much a pandemic as the actual COVID is a pandemic. There's a pandemic of fear sweeping. Now I'd like to suggest that we can close the gap on fear by having faith. So in this situation, Jesus is asleep in the boat. The waves and the storm is coming and hitting the boat. The disciples are facing a legitimate fear. That boat is being absolutely battered. Maybe you're feeling that your life at the moment is being a bit battered. Maybe you know people who are facing illness and you're not sure how to cope in this situation. You can fill the gap of worry and anxiety and fear with faith. That's a belief that things are going to work out. Now they might not always be perfect all the time. The gospel doesn't promise that. But what we are assured of is this. Jesus was in the boat with those disciples. Jesus was facing the same situation as they were. Do you know, you can invite Jesus into your situation today. You can say to him, "God, I'm facing a problem. Please be with me." And you've got the assurance in God's word that it says he will never leave you or never give up on you. So my challenge for you this week is this. Think of a time where your faith has had the last word over your fear. Where you face a situation and you go, "This is too big for me, but I believe that in God's strength I can get through." Or think about a time where actually fear has stopped you doing something. You said, "I can't do that. I can't face that problem. I can't get through this because I'm afraid." And your faith has created a gap in your life. There's been a gap that faith hasn't filled. We can do it this week. Let's support and encourage each other. Have a think about what builds faith in your life. Is it reading God's word? Is it praying? Is it talking to people? Sharing with people who have a faith about the fears you face? And when you do that, does that have a positive impact on your outlook and your outcome? Thanks very much for listening. I hope you have a great week and consider to grow both in your faith and in your knowledge and in your understanding. Take care and remember to be a blessing to those in your world. See you later.